So let's first start with what's your name?
Mitch Goldstein.
What drew you into jiu-jitsu?
It was an accident. Came for training class with Andre, and after our main self-defense training class, he says, who's hanging around for jiu-jitsu? I never considered it. I was one of these no one touches me kind of people. And as I said I'd watch, and as I was watching, got towards the end to where they were starting to roll, and he says, you jumping in? And I said, no, I don't know. He said, you're jumping in. And there it was. And within a few minutes, I was hooked. So before I was started jiu-jitsu, I raced BMX as a kid. I did a little bit of martial arts when I was a teen. And basically since stopping BMX at about 18 years old, I didn't do a whole lot. I did a little weight training pre-COVID, that went out the window. And that was it. Saw Andre training a student outside and went over and talked to him. The health benefits of rolling jiu-jitsu. As an older guy, getting into it at 58 years old, into it 7 months, the health benefits are incredible. You will find you will lose weight. A lot of your fat will turn into muscle. You will use muscles that you haven't used in years. They will grow. You will become strong. The workout you get from jiu-jitsu is unlike any other. You'll find that all your numbers come down in your blood work. If you take the time to learn how to eat correctly, it will only benefit. It clears your head. And I think one of the biggest benefits, mental wellness. You feel at peace. You feel like you have connections. And the jiu-jitsu community is just a wonderful group of people. So I would say I've done nothing but benefit from it. Rolling jiu-jitsu in my 50s, the first thing, being that I was new to it, I've been doing it about 7 months, is trying to be aware of my body for one. A little worried, you get worried about being injured if you haven't been very active. The challenges I met was probably a lot what most people do, where I had a problem keeping my breath up. Found where my weak points were in my body as far as muscles go. Feeling a little bit intimidated because of my lack of experience. I found that the folks that I roll with are all very aware of it and have been through the same thing. So it made that a lot easier to get through. The other challenges are remembering what you're being taught. I hear that that's a pretty normal thing, to not be able to keep it all in your head after you've learned it. And I would say those are probably the most difficult things I've run into. So having started in my 50s versus starting when I was young, the first thing that comes to mind is I probably would have injured myself a whole lot when I was young, and a little bit more impulsive and a little bit more full of ego and energy. The maturity that comes along with life experience helps me keep my ego in check and keep my humility and be willing to learn. I think those are the two things primarily that I think of, or three. Advice for some folks getting into it a little older, say you're getting into your 40s maybe. You can get into this regardless of your condition, but I think what you need to be aware of you need to become very aware of your physical body and its limitations. And also, when your body tells you something, especially at our age, listen to it, investigate it a little bit, do some reading, and if you need to, see a doctor about it. Don't push yourself too hard. Be patient with yourself as you develop your strength and you develop your breath. Things about this is, it doesn't matter what you look like, what your shape is, or anything. You will be shocked at the talent of the folks that you run into in jiu-jitsu when you find yourself at an open mat full of people. Each role is different with each different person. You will learn a ton. The upper belts are generous and want to see you succeed. Above all, put your ego aside, be humble, be willing to be taught, enjoy getting submitted, tap early, tap often.